trazendo aqui o início da gameplay The Sinking City, esse jogo cabuloso aí que a gente vai enfrentar agora. Se você curtir, já deixa aí o seu like para ajudar aqui o canal e se inscreva, galera, porque semanalmente tem novidades rolando por aqui. Então simbora com o início de The Sinking City. Nossa. Tô na crise de ansiedade. Nossa. Que isso? É um polvo? Um polvo gigante. Voltou pra cima. Bom, galera, voltando aqui, vamos iniciar aqui o trajeto. Bom, galera, vamos começar aqui a vasculhar. Temos aqui, deixa eu ver, câmera dobrável, revólver.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Carta de J. Vanderberg. Caro Sr. Charles Reed, como pedido pesquisei os surtos de histeria e as visões na cidade de Walkman, Massachusetts. Parece que suas suposições estavam incorretas, tais como são, de fato, mais frequentes aqui. Homens e mulheres de todo o país são atraídos para Walkman, assombrado por visões semelhantes às suas. Uma cidade em submersão, a presença de algo grande, porém desconhecido. Por sorte, acredito ter me deparado com a fonte do seu problema, bem como a pessoa capaz de ajudá-lo. Prepare-se e venha para Oakmont assim que puder. Eu me encontrarei com você e o ajudarei em sua jornada. Cordialmente, Johannes Vanderberg. Uma recepção pouco calorosa. Molas helicoidais. Não sei, pólvora. E aqui?
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg,
Johannes.
at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I've found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
A inundação.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the
Separado do
inconvenience.
continente.
Atmosphere, you know?
Sobre o meu problema.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem.
As visões.
The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Aonde está Robert Throgmorton?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Como é esse Robert Throgmorton?
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a
Criatura.
robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
Tá, preciso de um lugar
I'll
pra
need a
ficar.
place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef.
Olha o nome do
Hotel.
hotel.
Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
Como chego
What's
ao
the best way to
Recife
get
de
around
Água?
Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Tá, o que mais você marcou
The
no
places.
mapa?
Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
How do you
Você
fill your
faz aqui?
days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Well, that's it for
Adios.
now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No, no. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Meio estranho esse homem aí, né? Encontre o Roberto Throgmorton. Chave do quarto do hotel. Ok, vamos ver o mapa aqui. Ok. Porto da cidade de Oakmont. Vamos ver aqui. As crônicas de Oakmont. Departamento da Polícia de Oakmont. Hospital Santa Maria. Será que eu consigo visualizar o hotel aqui? O mapa é bem grande. Biblioteca. Prefeitura de Oakmont. Vamos ver aqui pra baixo. As crônicas. Ah, o hotel tá aqui. Vamos marcar ele. Bloqueada. Tá. Passagem bloqueada. Eu não consigo ir até agora lá, mas vamos no caminho. Vamos encontrar lá o nome do cara que eu esqueci o nome. Opa, será que é aquele de terno branco ali? Possivelmente.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son
Mano,
is
cara
found,
esquisito,
and
velho.
that
Parece um
is
macaco.
final.
Excuse me.
É o Robert.
Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go
Nossa.
away.
The name's Charles
Parece um
Reed.
macaco
I'm a
mesmo.
private investigator. Just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
O que houve com seu filho?
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it?
Toma sabido,
Well,
ele é um detetive.
Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
Please forgive the
Suas
question,
feições são
but
incomuns.
I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
I've heard you're the man to
Você
speak
sabe
to
sobre
about
isso.
visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Oh, thy son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these
Quem é o
Innsmouthers.
povo deles?
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you.
Posso tentar encontrar
I'm rather
Albert?
good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera?
Vera?
What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane,
Conte-me mais
did
sobre
you not
Albert.
listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
Fica a casa dos
For
pescadores.
Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Stopwatch.
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
A nova pista do Palácio da Mente, nova pista do Palácio da Mente. As evidências contêm informações cruciais sobre o que fazer para onde ir em seguida. Para obter evidências, interaja com objetos e pessoas. Combine as pistas no seu Palácio da Mente e tire fotos. Uma borda branca no visor da câmera indica se você está mirando corretamente. Leia atentamente as evidências para identificar locais importantes e em seguida fixe-as ao mapa para planejar sua rota. Fixe as evidências da tela de alerta para acompanhar o objetivo atual. Você também pode colocar as evidências no mapa e na tela de alerta do livro de casos. Selecione uma evidência e use. Livro de casos, evidências, mapa, olhar da mente. Olhar da mente. Presságios, retrocognição, palácio da mente, arquivos, cadeados, combate. Nossa, tem um bicho estranho. Mergulho. O olho da mente permite ver o que não pode ser visto. Use o olho da mente sempre que notar uma distorção nos cantos da tela e ouvir um som de campainha. Ele pode revelar imagens do passado, ilusões, presságios ou rastros que de outra forma seriam invisíveis. As imagens do passado têm uma zona de ativação. Veja acima. Segure para ver a imagem. Ok, vamos lá. Vamos entrar aqui.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Esse comando é tipo um crescer o olho, ele consegue ver coisas que não se consegue ver a olho nu. Tem uma marca aqui, ó. Tipo uma cerquinha, sei lá.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Vamos sair. Esse barco aqui, né, mano? Vê uma arma e já quer pegar, né? Instinto. Vamos subir a escada primeiro.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I
O que
don't
aconteceu?
remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Esses palácio da mente.
Choo choo. Ahem.
Sucata de metal. Vamos usar o terceiro olho aqui. A outra imagem ali.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella.
Cara morto.
He was beaten to a pulp.
Que isso, mano? Fantasma, velho.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Tem espírito aqui, mano. Ah, tá. Ah, pedi pra apertar X aqui, mas...
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal, Nugulina, Haftin.
Será que é o filho do outro lá? Retrocognição. A retrocognição permite entender eventos que acontecem no passado. Inspecione evidências suficientes na cena e você terá uma visão. Entre nela e encontre todas as cenas críticas. Marque a cena em ordem cronológica para obter novas evidências. Anexar evidências. Eu estou fixando, não sei porquê.
Seems like prohibition hit Oakmont too much.
Opa, abriu um portal ali.
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Abriu um portal aqui, vamos entrar. Será que a gente entra?
Take this, ape face.
Meu coração do cara batendo, mano. Opa, tem alguém lá dentro, mano. Aconteceu uma cena aqui, mano. O cara atirou, teve uma briga aqui.
What's happening?
Ah, o que eu tinha visto.
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Vamos entrar na outra ali.
Yeah, run! Take this, ape face.
Aqui a gente marca a cena, né? Então, vamos lá.
What's
Cena 1, cena 2.
happening?
Cena 2, cena 3.
Yeah, run!
What?
Take this, ape face.
Esse aqui é 3. Esse é 2. Vou descer aqui. Aqui é o barco que ele tinha falado. Olha lá o emblema. Emblema 2 aqui. 2. Tem mais um. Vamos ver o emblema lá em cima. Tem mais 2 emblemas lá. Porta. Tem algum código aqui. Isso aí. Nossa, tudo
I
fica
gave you
paralisado.
clear
Cara.
instructions, did I not?
Voltou vasculhar tudo, velho, senão você come bola.
Choo choo.
Aqui tem outro.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Vamos descer por aqui. Opa. Onde eu estava.
Join in, newcomer. Praise the sea with us.
Um cara lá na frente. Louco desvairado. Um pouco aqui, mano. Eu passo aqui. Não pode ficar muito dentro do água não, mano. Sobe, mano. Caramba, o cara ia... Opa, número 3 ali, velho. Tem uma pista ali, número 3, mano.
The door won't budge.
Opa, aquele emblema de novo. Bar debaixo daquilo.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Under the kill bar. Vamos entrar aqui.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
All right, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
I think I'd like my bullet back.
It is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me, I just caught an early glimpse.
Why do I feel like I got scammed?
Stop it. 38 para pessoas.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
Bye.
Entra no quarto do cara. Pólvora, móveis, metais abertos.
What the? Get the... Oh!
The door won't budge. The door won't budge.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
The port is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton. Back off.
Green Heaven Bay. Ah, mano, você não vai passar. Opa. Você vai passar. Cara, mais um pouquinho eu morria, velho. Não tem passagem aqui, mano. Chegar naquela casa lá, eu vou morrer, mano. Violência, vou...
Don't do that again.
Clear water. Cara, aqui não tem saída, mano. Vamos ver aqui no mapa. galera, eu vou ficando por aqui. A gente volta com a próxima parte aí de The Sinking City. Precisamos aí desvendar esse mistério e ver quem que matou aí o filho do macacão lá. Beleza? Se você curtiu, deixa seu like e se inscreva aqui no canal. Um forte abraço e até a próxima. Tchau!